Hello, San Diego. I'm Burgundy.
Hi, I'm Ariel Chasen, and I was not aware I was working with Ron Burgundy, but I'm your tournament director.
I don't know what I'm doing, and don't call me Shirley.
David Fox and Benny Nadeau both grabbed teammates from Emerson and the Master respectively. I'm very interested to see how that chemistry will affect them, either positively or negatively.
I agree. I think it could be either very positive or very negative in that it could wind up being cliquey, too many people from the same team on that team, or it could really increase their chemistry and help the teams advance. So we'll just have to wait until we'll play to see how that works out.
The first one is on Team Greyjoy, with Robert Vorthams and Aaron Matthews of UMass, who powered UMass to a spot in World Cup 7. I'm really excited to see how they're going to work together again. I'm also interested in seeing how the beating on Team Lannister works out with Emily Hickman and Adam Woodcock, who are two traditional offensive beaters. Hopefully they pave the way for Harry Greenhouse to just roll through everyone.
I also think it's going to be really interesting to see how some of the large presence keepers on the different teams match up. So on Team Iron you have the big captain and presence, David Fox. So you have David Fox on Team Iron. Then if you go over to Team Stark, you have Tyler Trudeau. So that might be an interesting matchup if they're together in pool play. You go over to Team Terrell, and you have Dan Doherty. And then if you go over to Team Targaryen, there's actually a few really big keepers who are very big presences on the team. You have Victor Yeaga, and then you also have the captain, Jeff Sherman. So altogether, I think it's going to be interesting matchups to see who takes the most power over their teams and who's the biggest leading presence.
Most of the players in this tournament are primarily from the Northeast. We do have a solid number of players from other regions and other quality Quidditch teams, namely Maryland. I want to highlight Samantha Mendy, Josh Marks, and Manage and Luca as players to watch in this tournament. They're on teams Greyjoy, Terrell, and Baratheon respectively. I also want to mention Zach Hewitt from Bowling Green State, who is on Team Lannister. And now I want to, in terms of other players to watch, I want to talk about Sam Cashler from UMass on Team Greyjoy, who led UMass in scoring at regionals, was a big part of our push for.
As well as some of the really big name Quidditch players that we have here, there's also a few very underrated ones that I'd like to highlight. They're from Snexy teams, but they're also really good and they don't get a lot of the recognition they deserve, just because of the teams they're on, pretty much. So one of the first ones I want to highlight is Sam Castler. He is on Team Greyjoy, another UMass player. Once again, good job, Tom. And he's just a really strong scorer, definitely contributed to them getting their World Cup hit this year. Another one that I want to highlight is Wade Barbera on Team Targaryen, and he's a freshman on URI, but he has been a really strong presence on the team this year, and hey, URI got his bracket play this year, which was a first at regionals, so that's something to be said for that one. Also, I want to go over to Stan Austin, who's a very strong keeper on Clark. Again, just really a really strong positive presence, and he's kind of always been there, and I think sometimes does not get the recognition he deserves.
There's one final underrated player I want to highlight. It's the Devilishly handsome Feingersch, who plays for Brandeis and is on Team Ariel. He's an underrated chaser, and he's incredibly good looking, and he's very good at guarding many players and playing point defense.
We're going to announce the pools for the tournament. So in Pool 1, we're going to have the battle of Team Aaron, Team Stark, Team Baratheon, and Team Terrell. So that's captains David Fox, Desiree Jerome, Ben Nadeau, and Ethan Stern competing in one pool. The second pool is going to be teams Lannister, Frey, Greyjoy, and Targaryen. So that's captains Ricky Nelson, Jake Lulu, Thomas Walsh, and Jeffrey Sherman battling it out in Pool 2.
Out of Pool 1, I see seeds 1 through 4 lined up as such. Baratheon 1, Aaron 2, Terrell 3, Stark 4. And then in Pool 2, I expect Team Greyjoy to end up on top, followed by Team Targaryen, and then Team Lannister, and then the Freys in the bottom.
So my predictions for the Final Four is definitely going to have to be Baratheon and Aaron, and Greyjoy and Targaryen. I think that's probably going to be the semifinals, and the final matchup I think is going to wind up being Targaryen and Aaron. It's just my prediction.
And I think Frey's gonna win everything.
Wait, the fairy should never win anything, ever.
Ever.
You said classic San Diego.
So I think the best pairing is going to be Jenna and Casey. There's going to be so much work done, so much chemistry. Can you imagine how many new hairstyles they'll be created that day?
Everyone?
That wasn't supposed to be on.
Okay, my bad.
Captain and President David Fox. Keeps trying to interrupt me. I'm sorry.